items are how to analyze property, the area outlook, the competitor analysis, which you also consider if one day if you were to rent your unit, right, you can easily rent it out, or if one day you want to sell your unit, you are making sure that you're buying something below market value so they can make some money, or when you sell you don't lose. Then the fourth thing is about catalyst. Catalyst means pooling effect, crowd pooling effects. For example, Mutiara Damansara have IKEA, have the curve, so the pooling factor of the crowd will go there. Like One Utama, people will go there, so you have this kind of pooling factor. Or the second thing is that jobs, working population in the area, and working population, or the third area is a connectivity to this working population, or the connectivity to this kind of pooling effect. Then number 5 is we are doing the project briefing or analysis, which we also highlights this project, what are the things that you should know. And then we do rental analysis, just in case you were to consider that in the future you want to upgrade to another unit, this unit is easily rented out, so that it doesn't affect your cash flow. So of course, the 6 is about our other projects. So in this slide we will not cover that, because that would be more on covering other projects, because other projects I already choose one suitable for your budget. So the project is called the Birch. It's in KL City area. So the first thing that we go through just now is like, how do we analyze property? First of all, we look at the price, ensure that we buy below market value. Second thing, cash flow. What is your installment? What's your rental? The third thing, you have to understand things like location tiering. For example, you need to understand what is the tiering of KL City area. Which area is it? Cheras, Cochrane, Maluri, and so on. TDDI, Banautam. So that one about tiering, we will go very in detail in our investment related videos. But in this video, we are focusing on just running through these items so that you know how do we choose projects, although we choose something for our own stay. So we ensure that we choose something with having investment criteria, so that it's easy for you to sell without a loss, or is it easy for you to rent in case you want to move to another location, or you want to sell it off, or you want to just turn it into your investment property. Then of course, number 5 is about supply versus demand. So that means when you buy something, you need to ensure that the supply of the similar products, or the competitor, or the complementary product is not that high. And number 6 is about whether this property can allow you to do multiple different strategy or multiple different rentals options. For example, regular rental, Airbnb, co-living, short-term, and so on. Then number 7 is that what is it about maturity time? Maturity time, that means this property doesn't need to be waiting many years for it to materialize its full value. So for example, if for the Birch, we are looking at MRT2. So MRT2 is completing by 2021 to 2022, which means the maturity time is less than 5 years. So this is the project overview. The project that we are looking at now and we are sharing is the Birch. So the Birch is very near to MRT Sentul. The line is actually under here. Just that I need to correct this slide. Within walking distance, 5 minutes to the MRT Sentul West. This is MRT Line 2. That means the line that connects directly to KLCC and also the future KLCC. Future KLCC, that means Tun Razak Exchange. So these are a few artist impressions that give you an idea how does the project look like. This is the lobby. Inside the lobby, the gymnasium and the Olympic Lake Infinity Pool, the playground and the reflexology path. Okay, timing of MRT already said completed by 2022. Now it's already 2020, so 2 more years, which means your criteria 7 is met. So it's the highlight of this project. 4 stops to KLCC, 7 stops to TRX, and it is about 5 to 7 minutes to area like Paprika, Solaris Utamas, KL Metropolis, the future business district, KL Metropolis is also a big master plan that is developed by the developer NASA TDI. Then in about 8 to 10 minutes, you will be able to reach Damansara Heights, Mont Kiara, Haftamas. So this one, multiple rental strategy. That means you can target a lot of different people, whether it's mass market, whether it's bachelor, whether it's family, whether it's local or expat, right? So when we are so accessible to multiple areas, and with the connectivity of MRT, criteria number 6, multiple rental strategy is met. Then of course, going through the MRT line 2 timeline, and also what are the important stations in MRT line 2. So the project is at Sentul West. Sentul West is a project. Then the next station, you get to link to KL monorail and also LRT, right? So this will be a place where you have MRT line 2, KL monorail and LRT. Then you are 4 stations away to KLCC, which is the working population hotspot. Then 7 stations, just 7 stations, below 7 stations, that means it's about less than 30 minutes you can reach to TRX, because each minute is about 2 minutes to 3 minutes. So in the future, there's a lot of headquarters, bank headquarters, financial. This is a financial hub or financial district that the Malaysia government is developing. And 10 stations to the even bigger workers hotspot, which is Bandar Malaysia, which will also incorporate MRT line 3, the Circle line, and also HSR, high-speed rail. So what does it mean? It's a lot of working population, a lot of job creation in this area. That means property that is near to MRT can have access to all these working population areas. So working property without MRT will be slowly lose its competitiveness, because connectivity and accessibility is a convenience factor that people don't mind to pay a little bit more to stay there. So this is the Klang Valley railway lines map. So what we highlight here is a Titiwangsa station, where you have monorail, where you have LRT, and you have MRT line 2 coming up. So why is it MRT lines? Because of working population, people just will be taking MRT to working hotspots like KLCC, TRX. People won't spend so much time stuck in a jam and paying expensive parking. So MRT lines is very important and very significant. So that's why I repeat, property that is accessible, that is walkable to MRT line, is very different from property that you cannot walk to property line. I mean property station, not just the line. So comparing MRT line 1, you have KL Central, Bukit Bintang, and TRX. MRT line 2, you can reach to KLCC, you can reach to TRX, which is the new worker hotspot. And then in the next 5 to 10 years or even 15 years, Bandar Malaysia. Bandar Malaysia is about 7 times bigger than KL Central, 7 times bigger than Tun Razak Exchange. So that's why we also recommend people to buy own state property that has investment criteria, that has investment elements. So why TRX and why Bandar Malaysia? What we look at KL Central today is about 72 acres. The GDV, gross development value, is about 8 billion. It took about 15 to 20 years to fully develop KL Central. So it has LRT, KTM, and MRT1 monorail. So what does TRX has? Similarly, 70 acres. GDV 40B, about 5 times bigger. Of course, because now it's already 2020. When we developed KL Central like 15 years, 20 years ago, it is much cheaper to develop. Then estimated jobs for Tun Razak Exchange is about 3 million jobs. So Tun Razak Exchange has a lot of HQ and also linked through MRT line 1 and line 2. So this will be the next KL new central business district, or we call it the financial hub, or we call it the financial business district. So, and the last one would be Padang, Malaysia, 486 acres, about 7 times bigger than TRX. So this will take a longer time. So what we are recommending you today is about the shorter time to maturity, which is MRT Line 2 and also TRX. So it's about 4 stations to KLCC and 7 stations to Nasser Exchange. So this is the area view of the projects. So this is the highlighted. Highlighted is the projects. This is the project. Then, okay, what is the orientation and the facing of the units? So you can see block A, block B. So if you were to look for KLCC view, you look for unit 10 and 11 of block B. If you were to look at just pool view, you can look at 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This view would likely be facing this area. So at a higher level, you should choose KLCC view first or pool view. And if you don't mind, you wanted smaller units, 1 to 4. 1 to 4 is the smallest unit, about 611 square feet. This is about 980 square feet. This is 819 square feet. So depending on your needs, but based on our layout analysis, we would also recommend you something more suitable, which is a 3-room. Minimum is a 3-room, so that it is more flexible in terms of whether you want to use for your own use, because 2-room is just like a very basic unit. When you have maybe you want to do for your own stay, when your family size grow bigger, and subsequently you feel that 2-room is not so suitable, right? So it's not so suitable, then you have to upgrade. But if you've already bought the 2-room, right, you want to upgrade a little bit too hard because you need to rent it out or you need to sell before you buy the next one, right? So another thing, the area, one station, the next station you will go to Titi Wangsa station, where you can link to KL monorail and also LRT Titi Wangsa. So the LRT Titi Wangsa, which goes to area like Masjid Jame, there's a lot of other companies and offices there. KL monorail, you can go to KL Central, you can go to Bukit Bintang, right? So that's all for my sharing for the project tonight. If you have further question about the project, can let me know. I will find, if I don't have the information, I will find out. If I have the information, I will share it to you. All right, I think that's all for the sharing tonight. I will see you soon. Bye bye.